Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley. And first of all, I hope everybody had a happy, wonderful, sensational Christmas. And I tell you, Christmas is good. God is good. We're here. After Christmas, now we got the rest of the holidays that we have to deal with, which is all great and all good news, especially if you live in your best dream, if you're doing the things that you want to do, if you always giving the most high the praise, and it just turning your dreams into reality, whatever they might be. And we do that. We make Christmas and New Year's resolutions, and we do all of those great things. And but we had to learn to stick by them, stick by the resolutions, the dreams, and everything that we said that we're going to do at the beginning of the year. So I tell you what, I cannot start a show off without my executive producer and great co-host, Dr. Michelle Denise Cooley. How are you doing?
Doing good, doing good. I'm excited about today's show. Not only is the guest, she's a firecracker. She is an amazing entrepreneur. She's got such a lively spirit, like a go getter spirit. And like you said, James, being turning your dreams into reality, it takes perseverance. It takes, you can always say, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this. Years go by, days, whatever. But if it's something God really placed in your heart, you have to take time to actually go and do it. And you know what? Life is not easy. Sometimes you got to take those challenges and just have a better attitude about it. What do you think?
Well, we all get knocked down, and most of the time we want things done in our own time. And if it's part of God's plan, it's not your time until He says your time. And that's why I'm so happy to have this guest on today to talk about stickability, turning her dreams into reality because she's doing some great, big things. And we called her a friend, and she's alright, you know. but she doing a lot of great things, and I can't wait to get this show started. I cannot wait to get it started.
Well, yeah. So you want to get started?
Let's get it started.
Okay, well, the title of today's show is Turning Your Dreams into Reality. And we're getting to know entrepreneur, founder, and inventor of the Smarter Hook, Yvette Leslie. We're going to talk about how she turned her vision and dreams into reality and talk about the product, the Smarter Hook, and the challenges she faced getting a product to the market. And she's also going to give, hey, you up and coming inventors and entrepreneurs, she's going to give you tips on how to avoid fraudulent invention marketing or promotion companies that take advantage of people who just want to, bring their product to the market and just, help society. But let me tell you a little bit about the guest today. Yvette Leslie, she's the inventor of the Smarter Hook. Her previous background was in financial services with 17 years as a compliance manager and 10 years as a financial advisor. She was featured in Courageous Women magazine, One Woman's Journey to Produce Her Own Product. The Smarter Hook was also featured in Houston Chronicle. Happy Handyman, the Smarter Hook can make your life easier. That was in August 12, 2019. She encountered many obstacles and fears in pursuing her dream in an industry that she was not familiar with. Her tenacity and strength helped her to overcome those hurdles. Through many customers, it was discovered that the Smarter Hook has over 50 uses and probably more today. And the Smarter Hook's most popular uses are on the grocery cart, stroller, walker, and luggage. Today, her product can be found in over 110 stores and counting, including hospitals, gift shops, pharmacies, hardware stores, and boutiques, but throughout the United States, including Alaska, Guam, and Hawaii. We are welcoming back to the show because she has been a previous guest many times, Yvette Leslie.
Yay! Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate you guys.
Yeah, we are so happy to have you back here and all the things that you've been doing over the last few months. And I'm dying for you to share it with us and our viewers and our listeners. And first of all, for the people that haven't seen you on the show before, Can you tell them a little bit about you, where you grew up, and just some of the things that make you the great person that you are today?
Well, you know what? I am so shy when it comes down to talking about myself. So that's always a comical question. So let's see if I can keep it simple, right? Um, I grew up in Chicago. I was raised by a grandmother who always told us that the best job you can ever have is the one you create for yourself. Now, mind you, with that said, I'm the first Uber Eats. When I was 12 years old, I used to go to various uh, beauty shops and places like that, and run errands for the ladies at the salons by going to get them food, or going to cash your checks, or going to do whatever little errands that they had to do while they were stuck up under the hair dryer. So I am your original Uber Eats. So I should have come up with something back then, right? But that was really the beginning of me and my vision in terms of having my own business. So I'm probably like a lot of entrepreneurs where we started out babysitting, or in my case, cutting grass. And growing up in Chicago, I even shoveled the snow. And I have a funny story about the shoveling of the snow because it really does speak to my type of personality. I had I rung this lady's doorbell and I had asked her if I could shovel her snow. She said, "Baby, I'm so sorry, but only a boy should do that. You shouldn't do that because you're a girl." Now, if anybody knows me, gender has nothing to do with it. I had one of those Eskimo coats. I zipped that Eskimo coat up past my nose, and then I went, "Hi, may I shovel your snow?" She says, "Absolutely." And I got my happy tail out there, shoveled the snow, took her money, and kept on going. You are not going to tell me I cannot do something.
Wow. Now that is a funny story. That is a funny story. But you know what? You know, Yvette, you are an entrepreneur. So my question is, was entrepreneurship ever encouraged or talked about as a young woman growing up?
Like I said, my grandmother used to always tell us that the best job you can ever have is the one that you create for yourself. Now, the flip side of that is that may have been what was told to us regularly. However, because they were in public service, working for the government, or working for, the state of Illinois, or working for the federal government, that's pretty much, especially back in the day, that's what, Black people did. We worked for the government because that was like the best job that you could get at that time. However, conversely, when I got into jobs where I received a commission based only, it was, well, you need to get a real job so that you can have some money that comes on a regular basis. Since then, and especially now, my family is, "Oh man, that's the greatest thing ever. You actually invented your own product? Wow." So I went from literally one extreme to the other. So today, absolutely, there is definite support and encouragement in terms of me bringing a product to market. Because let's face it, before me, I didn't know anyone else who was an inventor. But since I've become an inventor, I've met a whole bunch of other inventors.
Wow. Well, I got a question. Oh, sorry, I hear an echo there. Okay, well, we're good. Well, everyone has, not everyone, but some people do have professional role models.
Mm-hmm.
You have a professional role model? And if you do, why are they your professional role model?
You know what? That's an interesting story. And this is even before, before I became an inventor and all of that, because since then I have mentors. And I don't necessarily know if I will call him my role model, but I remember having this manager who said to me, because I was complaining about where I was, my station in life, and so on and so forth. And he said to me, the best way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time. And that resonated with me because oftentimes we do expect to be at the pinnacle of whatever our decision is at the absolute beginning, when in fact, you actually have to take it step by step by step by step. And with each step, there is an obstacle. And there's a reason why that obstacle is there. That obstacle is there to make sure that that is really and truly what you want. God may put something on your heart. However, he makes you work for it. He's not just going to give it to you and go like, hey, score, make it happen. And we see examples of that on a regular basis. So each step you take, you're supposed to encounter an obstacle, because when you encounter the obstacle, that really does speak towards your character in terms of what you do with that obstacle.
Wow. Before we get off into the meat of this, I got to ask you, because you're so energetic, and yeah, what is the best adjective that describe you, your personality, your work ethic, and why?
You know what? It's so funny. Growing up, I was always called stubborn, right? You're stubborn, you're stubborn, you're stubborn. But the synonym to stubborn is persistent. So my personality is persistent because I believe in, if it's something I'm intended to do, if it's something that I want to do, I'm going to find a way to make it happen. And I do mean that with the head shake and all.
You know what? You are persistent and you are a go-getter. But you know what? A lot of people work for corporate America or have worked for corporate America. And, no, we're not the owner of our own company. So, you never know. But a steady paycheck, working in an established umbrella of a company, of a corporation, is a certain safety to it. So, my question to you is, when was the moment, and how did you can you describe to the audience when you like, you know what? It's time to leave and take and do my entrepreneurship and inventor, product full time. When was that moment? Was it scary? And how did it happen?
You know what? See, there's this moment with every job. Every job has that factor in it that you just take junk from off of your managers or off of your corporation, right? And I always say that when the jump that you take over on that on from that corporation exceeds your paycheck, that's when it's time to go. So, and that's exactly what happened to me. I had a manager where the best way that I can put it is that she was a bleep from bleep. And to the point where I was eating like 5 boxes of red hot tamales, like every 3 days, I was flying through those red hot tamales, and I would walk up to Target and buy 5 more boxes of red hot tamales, and I would eat 1 box of red hot tamales before I could even make it home. And I mean, I was just popping those red hot tamales like crazy. And it was at that point when I realized, you know what, Uncle, it's time for me to go. And there was an argument that ensued, and I was like, you know what, stick me with a fork and call me done. And I was done. And I was done that day. Until 3 days later, I went, oh, snap, I don't have a paycheck coming. However, I am fortunate because I do have a spouse where we are able to manage and maintain the household and what have you. So now, mind you, I do have that particular safety net. Now, if you're out there and you're like, that's what I want to do, first, you make sure you save your money, because you're not going to become an instant success just because you quit your job that day. It's going to still take you some time. It means that you're going to have to work even harder. However, you're going to want to make sure that you take some money and you save it. And then when you're ready, you have your bucket of money ready so that you can make that happen. In other words, make sure you have low debt. I don't know if there's such thing as no debt, but definitely low debt.
That's a great answer, Yvette. And I know James is going to take us to the break, but Clem wanted to know, he said he just joined. He wanted to know, what is your business? But we're going to let the audience know after the break.
Okay.
So, yeah, we got to take a station break, and I tell you, we'll talk about we'll pick it up from here, Clem. We'll get your question answered as soon as we get back. If you want to be part of the conversation, all you have to do is just go to the comments, ask this great inventor any question that you like, and If you just want to say hello, just join in on the conversation. It's your life. I'm Dr. James J.C. Cooley. We'll be back shortly after the break.
I never wanna leave. Yeah, I'm right where I wanna be. We got something you and me, and I can't get rid of this feeling. Just like a magnet, we're just like a magnet. The things we have can be taken for granted. Now I know that it has always been you. I can't help it, I'm so drawn to you. Just like a magnet, we're just like a magnet. The things we have can be taken for granted. Now I know that it has always been you. I can't help it, I'm so drawn to you. Hey, I'm so drawn to you. I'm so drawn to you. Yeah.
Really get a chance to know who you are. And once you know who you are, you truly know who you are, love who you are. Love who you are. You're a masterpiece. Love who you are. Love who you were born to be. Love me some me. That's what I'm talking about. When you leave high school, you gotta know today or tomorrow, or hopefully today, what your plans are. Hopefully, there is no bad decision unless there is no plan. Create, collaborate, commit with confidence. Commit with what? Commit with what? And everything that you do.
Hello, welcome back to It's Your Life. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley, with my magnificent executive producer and co-host, Michelle Cooley. And we got a very good friend of ours on, the inventor of the smarter hook. And I'll tell you, this is an absolutely wonderful young lady that's doing great things out there. And she is getting ready to share a lot of things with you. And just like she said earlier, it's not an easy thing, because if you're just going out there thinking you're going to be successful immediately, and you're still trying to put together the plan, you can find yourself maybe in a little trouble until you figure it out. So if you want to be part of this conversation, all you have to do is just go to the comments, ask this young lady any question that you want to, and she'll get you an answer. Yvette, prior to going to the break, a very good friend of mine, Clement Johnson, said he was just tuning in and he wanted to know what line of business that you're in. Can you explain that to him?
Sure. I invented a product. First of all, the name of the company is called Yvette Enterprises. I invented a product called the Smarter Hook. And the Smarter Hook is a hook where you can use really and truly wherever you need to hang items the most. So it turns out that my hook that I had invented can be used, is really great for those who have disabilities. So they can use them on their walkers, walkers, rollators. They can even use them like on the side of hospital beds, things like that. You can also use the same hook really wherever you need to use it. So I've just recently gotten into True Value hardware stores, because they have found that the hooks work really great in the True Value hardware stores as well.
Wow. So Yvette, can you tell us, you had this product and you had this great idea. How did you, as the inventor of the Smarter Hook, communicate your ideas regarding the new product to others? Like, how did you convince the powers that be to put your product on the market and how it not only benefits the consumers, but also the people who, establishments and organizations you're placing the market at?
Okay, so let's back up to that question, because I had zero desires to actually take a product to market. My only intention was to take my idea and hand it over to a company and receive residuals. So I just wanted to mail the check in the mail every quarter. That was the only thing that I had wanted to do. So I went to a patent services company that actually helped me with my design idea. They also helped me to apply for a patent. They helped me with my marketing research. They helped me with my mechanical drawings. They literally helped me with everything because my background is financial services, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, IRAs. Your financial health, I'm your girl. But when it came down to actually coming up with the product, I knew nothing about it. So I did, in fact, go to a patent services company in order to get it there. Now, here's life's reality. Every time I sent it out to a manufacturer, they went, not interested, don't want it, keep on stepping. Yeah, right, I'm not going to do it. So if you were here earlier, remember I said that when I was a little girl, I was told that I was stubborn, or AKA persistent, which is the word that is used today. I said, forget it, because I spent like a god awful amount of money, and I was like, forget it, I'm not going to walk away from that money. And so I said, forget it, I'm just going to do it myself. Yes, with the head shake and everything. And that's what I did. I literally went online and I researched up one side, down the other, front, back, side to side, in terms of what would it take in order for me to, what would it be for me in order to take it to market. And so that's what I did. And so when I went on ahead and I fully applied for that patent, I'm very blessed that I happen to have had a neighbor that lived right across the street from me who helped me come up with the company logo and, some of the other initial marketing things that I needed. I also am very blessed that I have a neighbor who he helps to develop businesses. So he helped me put together my business plan. And if you think you're going to go into a business without a business plan, you got another thought coming. Because if you don't start off with a plan, then you don't know where you're going to go. You're just going to float from one end. You're just going to float and really and truly waste a lot of money too.
Wow. Clem is asking, do you have a sample of the hook in your office where the audience can see it?
Let's see if I can grab one without standing up. The answer is yes, I do. Oh, what am I doing? Sorry. Yes, that's in my office.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Yeah, so this is the hook. Oops, wrong way.
There, I see it. I see
so
it.
This is it.
Clem, if you have any more questions or comments for Yvette regarding the product that she's showing, please just send those comments in. Thank you so much, Yvette.
Well, he would like to know what the website is, so I can tell him that. It's called thesmarterhook.com, www.thesmarterhook.com.
Thank you. Thank you. So, it's very important to have, family, friends support, when you're trying something new. They may not even understand it, but it's always good that they support you. How important was it to you to have your family and your friends and etc. support when you started this venture?
Well, you know what? That's a really good question. So, and of course, if anyone knows me, they know I always have a funny story first before I can actually answer the actual question. So when I first started down this journey, I can tell you that my husband says, I don't want to have anything to do with it. That's your project, right? Now he's my biggest supporter, right? He goes to trade shows with me. He's there all the time with me. He's also asking me various, giving me various ideas in terms of marketing and even like putting hooks together. My son and my husband and I, we were out there putting hooks together. My best friend that lives 2 doors down, she was also helping me put hooks together, and her daughters and everything too. So when you talk about having family and friends who support you, boy, oh boy, is that important. But it's not just you. The support isn't just for those who are like willing to help. The support also comes for those who go like, you want to do what? That makes no sense to me. Why would somebody want to do that when? So, some people view it as being naysayers and negative comments. But the fact of the matter is that it's not negative and it's not them being a naysayer. It's just that they don't understand it. The people who are closest to you don't understand, and you've not explained it well enough, which means that you need to go back to the drawing board and figure out how you can explain something to someone who knows you, because if you can't explain it to someone who knows you, then you cannot in any stretch be able to explain to someone who does not know how to communicate with you.
Wow. For the folks out there that's listening, uh, and they probably wondering, was it a scary moment when you decided to just put everything in and turning your dreams to reality? How long it took before you was all in on your plan?
Was it scary? James, the most scariest moment was when I actually went to go do one of those trade shows just to sell my hooks. I could not sleep. I was like, what if nobody else gets it? I've spent all this money creating this, paying for the tools and everything to make this happen. What if no one gets it and I don't sell a single one? I could not sleep that night at all. I mean, like literally, I saw the sun come up. That's how nervous I was. So that's the first answer to your question. Was it scary? Absolutely. Now, before I decided to go all in, I had to have been doing this part-time, if you will, for at least 3 years, because I did have a full-time job, right? And my full-time job was my full-time job. And when it's time to give up the full-time job, when you cannot continue to pay two masters, right? It's either going to be the business or it's going to be the job, but you cannot have both. And that's when I also had my revelation as well. I cannot serve two masters.
Wow. So it was tough, I believe, in doing this, and people that's out there. Yes, you have to make the tough decision yourself in order to step out your comfort zone, because it's like she was saying, she had another job, and sooner or later, it's one is going to win out, and you either going to stay there or doing whatever you're doing, or just go out and chase your dreams. And I believe that you went and chased your dreams, and not only is it a dream, but it's reality right now.
Right.
So can you tell our viewers a little bit before we take the break, why you come up with the title, "Turning Your Dreams into Reality"?
You
Okay.
know, the reason why I came up with the title, Turning Your Dreams into Reality, is because we all have those dreams. I encounter so many people who come to me and they say, you know what, I have this idea of I'm always having people to ask me, how can I do it? Or how can I invent something? What can I do to invent fill in the blank? We all have dreams. We all have those goals. We all have those visions of ourselves. And the question that you have to ask yourself is it a vision? Is it something that truly can happen? Or is it just like a nice thought or what have you? So the purpose of the title, Turn Your Dreams into Reality, is that if it's something that you really want, then don't. I have this sweatshirt that says, dreams are free, but the work is costs extra. You have to pay extra for the work. So therefore, if it's a dream, now you got to work for it. Because if you don't put any work towards it, all it will continue to be is a dream.
We're gonna take a station break, but we're gonna come back and pick it up, because this is it's getting exciting. I mean, anytime we have Yvette on the show, It's always high energy. It's always exciting. And we're going to pick it up when we come back from the break. If you want to be part of the conversation, all you have to do is go to the comments. Answer any question that you want. And I promise to get it up and we'll get some answers for you. Remember, it's your life. I'm Dr. James J.C. Cooley. We'll be back shortly after the break.
We are not a charity. We are veterans. We are warriors, brothers, and sisters. We don't need, we deliver. OpsForVets.com. Handshakes, not handouts.
I'm Albert Rencheria, Marine Chief Warrant Officer 4 retired, Ops for Vets CEO. I invite you to take a look at our organization. You'll quickly understand why out of thousands of groups currently serving our veterans, we have become the most rapidly growing and opportunity-rich team in the market. We have deployed dynamic distributors who are responsible for servicing and growing their regions, East, Central, and West. We provide a complete roster of high-caliber services, produced to create the results you require. Find us on the web at www.opsforvets.com. Handshakes, not handouts.
Noah Dingley here, producer of The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And the new audio version of James' book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, is a must-have. James shares his true life story of struggle and success in America. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. Get the new audio version of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James Cooley on Amazon.com or wherever audiobooks are sold.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's Your Life, and I tell you, really enjoying this conversation, really getting educated by Yvette, and learning about the smarter hook and what it takes to bring a product just from concept to production and actually get it out in the stores and the market. And Yvette, I think you are in over 100 and plus stores, across the country. Can you tell our viewers and listeners a little bit about some of the places that your product is in?
I am so excited to talk about this one particular store because it is my first big box store, if you will. I'm now currently in True Value Hardware stores. And for me, that was like a really huge accomplishment because one, to get into like your big box stores, it is difficult to do because buyers see so many different products and there's so many great products out there. And so for them to take the time to say yes to you, and yes, we're willing to take that chance on you is really great, especially when of course, for them, I don't have like this huge product line. I really only have like one product line. So it was really great for me to get in there with them. And so between True Value Hardware stores, and then I'm also in like some other like hospital gift shops and pharmacies and drug stores. And I'm really I'm happy about my pharmacy and drug stores because they help a lot of disabled people. A lot of people who go to them are buying medical devices and things like that. And so therefore, my hooks are sold very well or received very well with those retailers because of their product base.
Wow. Yeah, I definitely, we're really excited for you and the product. My question is, when you started out as an entrepreneur slash inventor, as we know, there are lots of up and coming inventors, entrepreneurs, but then also people out there who try to take advantage of the dreams that inventors want to pursue. So can you kind of educate the audience on how, how inventors or entrepreneurs, how can they avoid fraudulent marketing companies or promotion companies that just want to take advantage and take their money? And even though they may have a website, it doesn't mean they're legit. And what do they need to do to find a legit company, whether it's marketing, your brand, your patent, in order to take their invention to the sky? What is your thoughts on that? And can you tell us how you did it and how can they avoid such pitfalls?
First of all, and I hope no one takes offense to this statement, you cannot, when you make the decision that this is something that you want to do, you cannot park your common sense, right? My grandmother always said that you cannot get something for nothing, and all that glitters is not gold. And so those statements are something that that I have embraced. So let's just use example. I use a patent services company here in Texas. And one of the things that I did, I'm so old school. I want to be able to walk up to you, walk into your office, walk in there and see what you look like, what have you. And that was the benefit that I had. I really have a hard time dealing with a company I can only associate with them online because I want to be able to touch, taste, and feel, if you will. Another resource that you can use is the Small Business Administration. They have ways where they can put you in touch with all kinds of people. I remember I had when I first started and I worked with the patent services company, and the most that they could do was help me to try and get royalty deals. But when that didn't happen, I had to do it myself. And I did contact the Small Business Administration, and there are people within the Small Business Administration that can help you with that. Yes, it means that you're going to have to take some time to go to their classes and that sort of thing, but it does help. You can also go to your community colleges. They also happen to have programs and things like that you can use. I have to admit, I Googled everything, but I also made sure that I embraced my common sense. Don't get me wrong, I made some mistakes too. And so one thing that I've come to realize is that when you hear, oh yeah, we're friends and I'm going to do whatever it is that I can take to help you succeed. You know what? Don't be so excited that this person has decided to call you their friend, to think that they really are your friend. I actually have a story where I had done a trade show for the first time, and I had prototypes of the packaging. And so when I contacted this woman who was my air quote friend about, I need to get this right away because these people are going to be expecting this, she charged me an arm and 12 legs, to the point where, remember I spoke earlier about obstacles, she charged me so much money to just do this small number of displays. And then later down the line, I find out that she had upcharged me in a way that was absolutely ridiculous. And I did call her out on it. So she got mad at the company for actually telling them how much she was actually charged. Whereas if she had been doing the right thing in the first place, there would not have been anything. So the thing is that just because somebody calls you their friend does not mean that they are. I kind of liken it to this ad that I saw that just because somebody just because you see, I can't say it on TV, but you know what I mean, where you have to use an umbrella because you don't want them to bleep on you, right?
Yeah.
But at the same token, they also said, and just because somebody that on you, just because somebody else is on you does not mean that they're your enemy either. Maybe they did that to keep you warm. But what I like in the woman who told me that she was my air quote friend, I realized that there is no such thing as being a friend when somebody has a chance to make money off of you.
Wow.
So I do believe, because I just got finished talking to this lady just 2 weeks ago. She looked me up, and she happened to have seen that, you know, that I'm a female inventor, and she called me literally out the blue. And when she told me that she had paid $2,600 for someone to help her bring her product to market, but all they did was basically take her money and, oh, by the way, you have to pay this in order for us to go to the next level. And then you got to pay this to go to the next level. And then you got to pay. Well, the thing is that what they didn't tell her after paying the first $2,600 is that in 1 year, you need to make sure that you apply for your full patent, not just a patent application. So then that way you can, carry your product to market. So basically what they've done is they left her dangling. And so someone can go in and see that she's applied for something and didn't do anything about it. And so now they can step in and take it to the next level. So you have to stay on top of, you have to stay on top of it. You almost have to be a pest with people. I don't mean by like calling them all the time, every day, whatever, but you need to make sure that you put it on your calendar that if you have decided that you're going to hire someone, to make sure that if you've hired them, that they're going to do what they said that they're going to do, and you not sit back and wait for them to do it for you.
Yvette, I got this follow-up question. How important is it to have, let's say, if not everyone has a legal attorney or a lawyer, but there are some prepaid services. How important it is for a person to have at least their lawyer or their lawyer services look at a contract that a person may be signing for services rendered? How important is that?
You know what? I personally speaking, I think it is important. If for no other reason, the average person does not fully read a contract, right? They'll read the first 3 paragraphs and they'll read the last three paragraphs. But it's the 15 paragraphs in between where the company can come back and say, oh, well, you didn't do this. And, oh, according to the contract, we don't have to do that, right? So it is important, even if you happen to have a friend who is an attorney who reads contracts, to me, it is important that you have an attorney to look at those contracts. Conversely, it's also important that when you have a conversation with someone regarding your ideas, especially when you're talking about a company, but it's especially important that you have somebody sign an NDA or non-disclosure agreement, because you don't want them to take your idea and go run with it. And next thing you know, you're going like, well, wait, that was mine. And they'll say, well, did you have them sign something? And their answer is like, well, no, I didn't.
I believe all of those things are extremely important to have signed and in place, because that just put another layer of protection into your business, your patent, and your product. You know, we're gonna take a station break, but we're gonna come back and we're gonna pick this conversation up. If you want to be part of the conversation, just like I mentioned to you, just go and ask this young lady any questions that you like. It's your life. Dr. James J.C. Cooley will be back shortly after the break.
Life is a series of circles and cycles, phrases and stages. These experiences teach you the lessons of life. You can either ignore them or embrace them. Welcome to It's Your Life with James Cooley. James is a motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation. James is here to equip you to strive for greatness and overcome adversity. It's time to get you equipped today for the challenges of tomorrow. Now, here's the host of It's Your Life, James Cooley.
It's your life.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and excitement is there because this young lady right here is explaining a lot of things that if you've been thinking about doing an invention, or if you're thinking about having a patent, if you even thinking about doing all these things, you have to protect your product. You have to protect your product, not only just by protecting it at the patent office, but you have to protect your product when you're communicating your product with somebody else, and especially they're going to speak on your behalf. And there's certain things that you probably don't want people to, just anybody just to know. So you have to have non-disclosure agreements in place. You have to have a lot of other things in place. So, Yvette, I thank you for sharing that information. I wasn't expecting that from you. I wasn't expecting this shit. So Yvette, one of the questions I want to ask, and then I'm gonna turn it over to Michelle. The smarter hook can be in conjunction with so many different products, meaning that you can use the hook to groceries, this, that, clothes, so many things. Can you tell our viewers and our listeners what are some of the things that they can do with the smarter hook?
Okay. You know what? That's a really great question. And so I could say this like really fast or not. So I'm gonna explain how I do when I'm at a trade show. You use the grocery cart on the grocery cart, the walker, the stroller, in the closet, the garage, your bathroom, your laundry room, wherever you need to hang things. Camping, fishing, hunting, RVing, boating, whatever lifestyle is. Okay, so now that I said that really fast, it really and truly is a lifestyle hook, right? The lifestyle hook is, and it started out as the grocery cart hook because I would carry my bags to the grocery store, and I would want a way where I could just hook my bag on the grocery cart instead of having it buried in the bottom of my cart, right? But then what happened is that when I started doing various trade shows, people would say, well, you know what? I wouldn't use it on my grocery cart, but would I put on my mom's walker? I'm like, I don't know, let's see. And it did. And then someone else said, well, that's great, but would I fit on my stroller? I'm like, I don't know, let's see. And it did. So all of a sudden, I would have people ask me if it could fit in various places. In addition to that, I also had people to ask me if I was, does it only have to be round? Can it be a square? Can it be? So I was just at the Texas State Fair, and I had this woman, she was like, I've been looking for you for 3 years. She's like, these things are game changers. Okay, so I can think of a lot of things that are game changers, but it never in a million years crossed my mind that my smarter hooks would be game changers, right? So that's how it became an air quote game changer.
Wow, I love that. Yeah, questions from Joshua Goldsmith. He said he's just curious, what is your primary source of advertisement for the hook?
Right now I am currently mostly doing social media advertising. So that's both on Facebook as well as Instagram. However, I'm also on blogs. I've encountered like people who have blogs or influencers who have blogs, and they've included my hooks on their blogs. I've also am in like some trade magazines. However, starting next month, I will be doing television ads as well.
Ooh, I can't wait to see that.
I know, right?
Oh, wow. Now this is like a part A, part B question, and for the sake of time, I'm going to combine them together. What does success mean to Yvette Leslie, and how does your faith play a role in where you see yourself and your product in terms of being successful?
Okay, so I can tell you that what does success mean to Yvette Leslie? Success to me is when I wake up every day with a smile on my face, right? To me, that's a success. I'm a happy person as it is. And so, therefore, if I can appreciate the sun shining, I can appreciate, I can appreciate all the joys that life brings onto you, right? However, the success that I see with the Smarter Hook, I get so excited when I'm walking down the street and I see someone is actually using the Smarter Hook. I get really excited when somebody walks up to me and says, "Oh my gosh, I love my hooks," right? So where do I see the Smarter Hook? I kind of liken the Smarter Hook to a paper clip. Everybody needs a paper clip. Everyone needs the Smarter Hook.
Oh, yeah. So we're coming into 2023. I know you mentioned you're doing, the plan is advertising. You're also going to do commercials. Clem had a comment. Cool. Is this on TV now? I guess maybe he's talking about the Smarter Hook itself. Yvette can answer your question, and then we'll turn over to James Cooley after this.
Okay, so it's not on television now, although I was on HSN. And so therefore you can see the HSN show or me on HSN through their website. So I'm not on TV today, but the Smarter Hook shall be on television coming up soon.
Yeah, we watch you on HSN. Me and Michelle got up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and that was so cool. The Smarter Hooks, and we I think we got about 7 or 8 of those different type of Smarter Hooks, and they are absolutely wonderful. What are some of the takeaways that you want our viewers and our listeners to get from this? Because if you don't have this product, you might want to look it up. You might want to go and get it. It can help you in several different ways. So, what are some of the takeaways two takeaways, Yvette, in the sake of time?
Two takeaways in the sake of time. The name of the show is Turning Your Dreams into Reality. If it's something that you want for your life, go for it. Is the hustle? The dream is free. The hustle is sold separately. So if it's something that you really want, go for it. In terms of the Smarter Hook really is a lifestyle hook. It's a hook that you can use wherever you need to hang things the most. And not even just hang things, but even attach things together. So the Smarter Hook is truly a lifestyle product.
Tell our viewers and our listeners one more time where they can purchase the Smarter Hook. And say if they wanted to get it right now.
If you want to get it right now, there's 3 different ways that you can get it right now. You can either go onto my website, thesmarterhook.com, and I will ship that out to you right away. You can also go to walmart.com, and they will ship it out to you right away, or you can run as fast as you can to your nearest True Value Hardware store.
Yvette, you always got a standing appearance on the show, and maybe since you're only like 20 minutes up the street, maybe one of these days, we're gonna do it in person. So I want to thank you for taking the time to come on the show and especially to promote this great product. And I encourage our viewers and our listeners out there to go out and get yours. It's going to help you out so much in a lot of different things you're doing. I like to thank my great executive producer Dr. Michelle Cooley, for putting together all these great shows. And most importantly, I like to thank our viewers and our listeners for always taking the time to tune into the James Cooley Show Is Your Life. And I tell you what, I want everybody to always dream big, think big, and be big. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. It's your life.